under the table. 6-year-old Lily loved playing hide and seek, especially under the dining room table. The long tablecloth draped to the floor, creating a secret world where she could hide from her parents and pretend she was invisible. But one rainy afternoon, something changed. Lily had just crawled under the table when she heard it, soft, rhythmic tapping, like tiny fingers drumming on wood. She froze, her breath catching in her throat. The sound was coming from the other end of the table, where the darkness was thickest. "Hello?" she whispered, her voice trembling. The tapping stopped. For a moment there was only silence. Then, a faint giggle echoed under the table, a high-pitched, unnatural sound that made Lily's skin crawl. She squinted into the shadows and saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her. Lily screamed and scrambled out from under the table. Her parents rushed in, but when they looked, there was nothing there. "It's just your imagination," her mom said, brushing her off. But Lily knew what she had seen. That night, the tapping returned. Lily lay in bed, clutching her stuffed bear, as the sound grew louder. It wasn't just under the table anymore, it was in her room. She pulled the blanket over her head, but the giggling followed, closer now, right beside her bed. The next morning, Lily refused to go near the table. Her parents dismissed her fears, but they couldn't ignore the scratches they found on the table legs deep, jagged marks that hadn't been there before. That evening, as they sat down for dinner, the table began to shake. The plates rattled and the glasses tipped over, spilling water across the tablecloth. Lily's dad lifted the cloth and peered underneath. His face went pale. "There's nothing there," he said, but his voice wavered. The incidents grew worse. Lily's toys would disappear, only to be found under the table, broken and covered in dirt. The tapping became a constant presence, and the giggling followed her everywhere. Her parents tried to reassure her, but even they couldn't ignore the cold spot that had settled under the tablet, chill that no amount of sunlight could dispel. One night, Lily woke to find her bedroom empty. The house was silent, but she felt a pull like an invisible hand guiding her downstairs. She crept into the dining room and saw the tablecloth swaying gently, as if something was moving beneath it. "Come play," a voice whispered, soft and sweet. Lily hesitated, but the voice called again, louder this time. She knelt down and lifted the edge of the tablecloth. The glowing eyes were there, waiting for her. A small, pale hand reached out, its fingers curling invitingly. "Come play," the voice said again. Lily reached for the hand. Her parents found the dining room empty the next morning. The table was overturned, the chairs scattered. Lily was gone. But if they listened closely, they could hear it, the faint sound of giggling, coming from somewhere far, far away. And under the table, scratched into the wood, were 2 words: "We're playing."